Hello everybody, this is a trade I got on today. It's WMGI Right Medical Group Inc. And as you can see, it gapped open today above any recent highs. This is the quarterly chart. Move to a month, you'll be able to see the gap a little better. So it gapped way above everything on the open. So I had this on the 15-minute bars, and what I like to see today was a huge up day in the market. This one, like I said, gapped open here, made its way up and pulled back, obviously, and just pulled off quite a bit throughout the morning. And as I say, the market was up 266 points today, so a huge up day. So this is what I was looking for, was a stock that has good reason to be going up. It's near or on 52-week highs, and there's not any good reasons for it to be pulling back like this, unless of course it just has to do with the gap that occurred. So as I was watching these 15-minute bars, it stood out to me that this was engulfing, and the high on this one was 31.32 and the low was 31.25. So I was buying on a break of this bar, which this one obviously did, and I'd put my stop in beneath this, which gave me a 10-cent risk, which is absolutely fantastic. So I picked it up actually right at the top of this. I didn't even wait for the break of it at 31.32, and it took off quite nicely. So I had 1,000 shares. I peeled off 500 at 31.61, which gave me a quick 30 cents on the first 500, and then I peeled off the other sets on its way up. So 250 I took away at 31.89 in and around here, and the rest of it I had put a fairly tight stop on the rest. I didn't want it to pull back and create losses for me, so the other half I got out, or the other half of that 500 I got out at 31.85. So a real nice trade there. On those last two sets I was up around 60 cents per share profit, so that was real nice. Later on in the day, I'd switched this over to 30-minute bars, and I had missed the initial break downward on this one here, and this is when you want to keep your eye on if you get into this trade. But this is where I would like to have got into this at 32.13, 14, somewhere in there. And when I came onto it, it was approaching the 32 handle. The market was pulling back a little bit. It was approaching this moving average, and I figured if it came through the $32 mark, we might get a nice run down. So at this point I shorted 500 shares, and they were shorted at 32.01. So I took it just as it was approaching the 32, and I switched it over to the 5-minute bars as I was watching it go through that, and it shook me out at 31.74, which is this little green candle here. I had a fairly tight stop on this, and it shook me out there, but it did continue down to 31.50. So could have got a 50-cent gain on those 500 shares as well. Instead, I got a 26-cent gain on those extra 500 shares. So overall, it was a nice stock to trade. Made some decent cash on it. My investment account was also up today. Couldn't help but be up with the market up the way it was. So a nice trade overall. Again, feel free to leave comments if there's any traders out there that have recommendations, suggestions. By all means, I'd love to hear them. I'm always looking for ways to improve the way I trade as well. So again, I hope this is helpful. Enjoy your day.